Hi everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I'm here to do a pick a card reading. We're going to take a look at the energy this week. So I have three piles here. One is be clear about what you want. Two is make space for it, and two is emerge, and three is make space for it. So pick your pile, and we'll get started here. This is for those of you who chose pile one. Be clear about what you want. Today we're going to look at the energy this week, what's coming in this week, what you need to know. So let's see what messages we have for everybody for this week. So what messages for everyone? We have the King of Swords. So needing to be a master of your thoughts and communication, really think before you speak. There's something that you might be wanting to, you're either writing or thinking or speaking on this week. Needing to rely on wisdom this week. The Tower. So unexpected change happening this week. So thinking about maybe some unexpected change. Trying to be wise about how you navigate through this. We have the Page of Wands, again about writing. So you could be, there's something maybe or something about writing. So just be careful about your words just because we are in Mercury retrograde. So just be careful about what you're saying or how you're phrasing things this week, because I do see a lot about like writing or communication this week. And something unexpected. There's some sort of like either like epiphany or something's changing and it's going to kind of like break everything down so that something else can come in. We have the Four of Cups. So feeling maybe like bored or complacent. Trying to figure out how to get the things that you want, the things that fulfill you. We have the Six of Swords. Require you to move on from something. Yeah, there's some sort of change that's coming in that's requiring you to move on from how things are. Move on from like emotions that aren't serving you or thoughts that aren't serving you. Communication that's not serving you. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, you have some sort of, I feel like there's some sort of new idea about how to get this abundance that you're looking for, but it requires you to kind of like really take this risk with something, move on to something else. It could be like a little bit activating. Page of Cups. Something dealing with like children or with your inner child. Messages. Yeah, again, messages. I keep getting lots of messages this week. We have the Wheel of Fortune. There's changes happening in your life. Universe is supporting you with these changes. Yeah, there's some sort of big change and you're kind of like unsure where things are going, but needing to kind of like have that courage to move on from what hasn't been working for you. King of Pentacles. Dealing with your work, your stability. Dealing with how you create your stability in this life. We have the Five of Swords on the back of the deck. So yeah, definitely big changes. I feel like you are supported, but these changes could be like a little bit disconcerting this week. You also have like, there's a lot of messages surrounding these changes, a lot of messages, a lot of communication, a lot of like inspiration, creativity, even like fulfillment, something about, and you being kind of like in your power as far as your like physical world stability and your thoughts or communication with others. So let's see. I want to take, but needing to move on from something. Needing to move on from something so that something better can come in. You kind of have an idea of where this abundance is coming with this column here. You have an idea, but I feel like, why are you conflicted? Really needed to master those emotions or master those, yeah, maybe your emotions too, but master those thoughts, because we have conflictedness here. You're not sure. There's a struggle in your thoughts and your communication. You're not sure because you don't feel like you're getting fulfilled the way that you'd like to. So needing to move on from that, because they're showing the Ten of Pentacles is there. Once you move on from that, they're also showing that the needing to like kind of have this childlike, playful energy with it. There's something that you have, some sort of idea or some sort of spark of inspiration that you need to write down about, like how to get this stability for yourself, how to transmute the energy to get this stability for yourself. I'm going to take a cat oracle card and we'll see if there's anything else. But it looks pretty good. I think the thing that's going to get in your way is your thoughts, because be clear about what you want. So this kind of energy is not being clear about what you want. This is being confused, unclear. This is having a struggle with your thoughts. So we got pounce, decide to act. Yeah, so there's something this week where you're going to have to decide to act. We also have teacher on the back of the deck, share your knowledge. So something about, again, this could be like, I feel like there's some, maybe you're giving a speech or a presentation, maybe you are a teacher. Something's coming in where it's like, you need to make a decision. You need to be clear about what you want this week. And there's gonna be opportunity for growth and learning for you or for others or both. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it resonated. If not, you can feel free to check out another pile. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Hi everyone, this is for those of you who chose the second pile or emerge. So we're going to take a look at the energy this week. We're going to see what's coming in for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say for this week. What are you coming up against this week? What challenges, obstacles? What's going to be supporting you this week? What is the energy? All right. So energy for pile 2. Six of Pentacles. Working together with somebody, getting a balance, a reciprocity, some sort of reciprocal relationship, a give and take this week. Four of Pentacles. Being stable, but could be kind of like holding back a little bit. The Devil. So something needs to be released this week. There's something that you are holding on to, but not for good reasons. It's kind of holding you back, actually. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. Lots of Pentacles and Earth sign stuff. This is Saturn energy and Capricorn energy. We have the Empress. So there's something regarding something that you're working on. It could be actual work or it could be school or something, but you're trying to figure out how to get like this reciprocal relationship. But I do see you holding it back a little bit from it, which they're saying you don't have to because you're in the Empress energy. This is Libra energy or Venus energy. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you need to have pretty firm boundaries this week. Use your logic. This is going to be like your thought processes, your wisdom, relying on guidance from your previous experiences. You have the Five of Pentacles. This is lack, feeling lack. Yeah, so you're working on something, wanting to kind of like have this equal give and take relationship, but you're feeling lack. You're feeling like imposter syndrome is kind of what I'm getting with this Eight of Pentacles and this Five of Pentacles here. What else? Death. Again with a release. Something needs to be released. There's a transformation happening. There's something that you need to move on from, to liberate yourself from. Having to deal with like who you are and your overall abundance, your ability to create abundance. You are a creator. We have the Hanged Man. Wow. Okay. So kind of at a pause right now. Oh, the sun on the back. That's awesome. So emerge. So there's something here about you like needing to kind of release something, to move on from something. There's something that you're holding on to. I feel like these are they could even be thoughts that you're holding on to. If it's not thoughts, it's something about in your heart space that you're holding back with this Four of Pentacles. Um, and you're working towards something, but I feel like there's sort of like this imposter syndrome this week where you're like comparing yourself to others, or you're thinking that you might not be good enough for something, and they're saying no, like you're the creator of this, you tell us what you want, but you're kind of like need to see things in a different way. And so I think that's why we have the Devil, the Queen of Swords, and the Hanged Man here. And so I think this is like there's something that you're holding on to that isn't serving you, but in order to release it, you need to look at it in a different way. And this could be like not looking at it as this lack mentality. It's more looking at like how have you worked towards the things that you want? Like what have you done to get there? And so this is kind of like this, it's kind of like with this emerge card, I see it as sort of like that last moment. I always talk about, if you've watched any of my other videos, I talk about like when you plant a seed, right? You plant a seed and then you're like, water the dirt, water the dirt. And at a certain point, you kind of have to have some faith that something's going to come up, because you're just sitting there like, am I just watering the dirt? And so that's kind of what I'm seeing with this emerge. Something's finally emerging. You've planted a seed. You're going to have this epiphany. You're going to be like, oh, and then it's going to be really clear to you, like, where you're going to have to like implement these boundaries, or what kind of communication you need to implement to get your needs met. But they're saying like you're the creator and you've been working towards creating this. You are going to get liberation and clarity with the sun here. You are going to get this overall abundance. So that's very beautiful. I'm going to pull a cat oracle and then I'll let you go. This is a beautiful message, pile 2. So what other messages do we have for pile 2, please? Oh, okay, I had 2 here. We have B, choose non-action. Yeah, that's kind of like this Empress card. She doesn't really have to do a whole lot because she just is so secure in who she is. So it's kind of like releasing that imposter syndrome. And then we have Instigator. Gotta start something. So need to kind of like free yourself from whatever this is. It'll come with like an aha moment, and then you'll have to act up. They're asking you to kind of like act on that. Focus, keep your eye on the prize. So maintaining this focus. But I do see, this is a beautiful message. This is probably like somebody at the end of kind of spiritual awakening or something like that. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it resonated. If not, you can feel free to check out another pile, and I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Hi, this is for those of you who chose pile 3 or make space for it. We're taking a look at the energy this week. Um, so let's pull some tarot and we'll see what the energy is for this week. What is the message for everyone who chose make space for it? All right. So we have the Magician. So yeah, you're really in this mode of starting something new. You have everything that you need to start it. You have everything to be successful. So now it's kind of like having the self-confidence to do that. Make space for it. I'm noticing this yellow, so kind of like that solar plexus chakra energy, making space for yourself. We have the Queen of Swords. So yeah, really getting clear on what you want. Figuring out like what you'll stand for with this. Like, you do have all the tools, but you also need to make like a wise decision. You do have like a lot of experience behind you, so you need to kind of figure out how to make a wise decision this week. We have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, clarity. There's victory. You're trying to get clear on your thoughts and victory. The Tower. So maybe some unexpected changes. Like, you still have everything it takes, but it might be kind of like things that are unexpected are coming in, so you kind of have to roll with those things. There is clarity. There is like a lot of opportunity for a new beginning here, a lot of victory, overcoming obstacles like you've been through it already. Like I said, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of opportunity for abundance, for getting the things that you want. Needing to kind of have boundaries and knowing like what you'll stand for again to get these things. What else? King of Cups, needing to master your emotions. Could be some like emotional communication. I feel like with this Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, and King of Cups, there's some sort of emotional communication. So just be really clear about how you're communicating these, how it's coming across. Think about it before you speak. Yeah, being abundant in this, so I feel like it's gonna. Nine of Swords, yeah, this Tower kind of threw you for a loop, so you're all prepared and everything, and you still have that, but there's something that happens here this week where you're like, oh no, like, I don't know, what am I supposed to do, and it's kind of keeping you up at night. We have the Six of Swords, so needing to move on from that anxiety. Because there is like huge potential for like this abundance and for getting the things that you want, having this clarity, overcoming these obstacles. The Five of Swords, kind of stuck in your head, kind of having a being stuck in your head. We have the Five of Pentacles too, so this is you making space for yourself. This is once again this solar plexus chakra energy where it's like, you have to make space for your self-confidence, for how you perceive yourself in relation to the world. This Tower is making you doubt yourself. You're like, oh no, I was like so prepared and I was gonna do it, but no, they're saying no, like you still have to keep that space for it. Needing to rely on like your inner wisdom. You've been through a lot, so how can you use that for your clarity now? How can you use that to get your abundance? What do you need to move away from? What kinds of emotions or thoughts need to move away from? I feel like this Tower is gonna really like kind of shake up these emotions and thoughts and kind of like bring them to the surface a little bit. And you're kind of in your head about this. You're like, oh my gosh, am I good enough for this? You're kind of like self-doubting, and you are good enough for this. With this Tower, whatever this Tower is, whatever's coming in with this Tower, this is something that you are going to have to be really clear on, what it is that you want, like emotionally, and how your abundance looks to you, how this physical world stability, this abundance looks to you. What do you need to move on from to get it? You need to move on from this anxiety. You need to move on from this conflict. What are you still holding on to that's creating conflict in your mind, in your communication, with your emotions? you do have opportunity for clarity here, but I feel like you're still struggling with these emotions. So I think what it is, because we have this make space for it, is you're like, no, I don't want to do these emotions. I don't have time right now. It kind of reminds me of like that Brene Brown thing where she went to her therapist and she was like, I want to like work on all this stuff, get better at this stuff. And she's like, but I don't want to do any of that therapy bullshit. I don't need to do that. And it's funny because like, when you go to therapy, that's what you go to do, is you go to do that stuff that's hard, or you go dig deep and you find all these patterns in your family life and um, you know, your life and your relationships with other people. And so I think this is kind of where you're at, but it's like with your emotions, you're like, no, I don't want to look at those emotions. And they're like, no, you need to look at those emotions because the emotional part of you is going to give you this solar plexus. You're going to be like standing firm in who you are. And this tower kind of shook things up. You kind of had something bubble up to the surface where you're like, oh shit, like, I don't know, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I can't do this. And they're saying, no, you need to make space for these emotions, make space for this ability to be this creator. This is Mars and Mercury energy, so this is like taking action with your thoughts and your communication. And I do see that with the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords here. Let's pull a cat tarot or cat oracle, and I'll let you guys get back to your day. What other messages for pile 3, please? We had 2 come out, so we have release, let it go. Yeah, something you need to move on from, something you need to release. We had curiosity, worth the risk. So yeah, maybe being curious about it, like being curious about these thoughts, being curious about these thoughts. Why are these happening? What's the purpose of these? How can I use it to help myself? Like just asking yourself those curious questions. Courage, reach for the stars. So they're saying, yeah, go after whatever it is you want with this magician. You can do it. There's some sort of big cycle completing too. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it resonated. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and if this didn't resonate, you could feel free to check out another pile. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for stopping by.